Guys, welcome to day 22 of our So Fast challenge. This week we've been looking at the importance of identity, with respect to our mind, becoming a master by mastering your mind. And today we will be looking at agreeing, and the characteristics for today is gratitude. You know, reading when I was reading today's should we call it devotional or challenge or fast? When I was reading today's fast, some a lot of things came to my mind, a lot of things stayed on my mind, a lot of things stood out for me. And I'm going to be sharing them with you, obviously. But I just wanted you and I to understand that it's very, very important. Our identity is tied to the way we see ourselves. It's very, very tied to it. One of the things that stood out for me is the place where they said to grow beyond self rejection, you must have the courage to listen to the voice calling us God's son and God's daughter. We have to be able to listen to our voice because your voice also matter. That's one of the things that you and I have to know is that our voice matter. One of my clients asked me a question yesterday, and she was asking me that how will she know her weakness? How will she know her strength? How will she know this? How will she know that? She was asking me, and I told her, I said, to be able to know these things, you have to listen to yourself. And she was like, listen to myself? How is that possible? And when she asked me that question, it took me to a place of me looking at where I was coming from and seeing my growth also. I was very excited about my growth. Okay, so today is not about that. Another thing that stood out for me for today is poor self-image is like an essence of slavery of your soul. How do you see yourself? It's very, very important. How do you see yourself? The way you see yourself is very, very important. For example, let me tell you something that happened in my school. I'm currently in communication school, learning to be a communication and strategy, a communication strategist, right? And I remember one of those days in my school, we were to take a picture. And this lady, one of my classmates, was like, Dolakemi, don't stay in front, oh, because your face is rough. You will not be able to stay. The picture will not come out fine. And when she said that, I literally could have gone to the back and stayed at the back. But do you know what I did? I stayed in that front. I put myself there. And at the end of the day, I was now thinking back at how my day went. And I was asking myself that, why did I stay back? And I realized that whatever she had to say about the way I look, I didn't care about it. I was content with the way I looked. I was happy with the way I looked. And that was why I stayed. Do you get? So when you are secured in how you see yourself, no matter what anybody wants to say, let them say you are this, you are that, you won't see it. Because the way you see yourself the way God sees yourself. Do you get? Like, very true. Shame, guilt, self-doubt, fear, and unworthiness is all these things. So people, like, when you ask them how do they see themselves, things like that, the rate at which they will talk about themselves, you will be like, let's just go. Never again doubt that you are worthy, you are gifted, and you are highly valued. Never again doubt it. I also remember there was a time in 2022, around November, I went for a particular program, and the caliber of people that were seated in that room were big, big people. I remember I kept telling myself, I deserve this, I deserve this. Like, there's this way. Your mind can just start playing tricks on you, can just start making you feel imposter syndrome and stuff. Me, immediately I took charge of my mind. I started telling myself, I deserve this, I deserve this, I deserve. Yeah, because you have to be very, very intentional. Very, very intentional. Self rejection contradicts the whole idea of being God's beloved. Authenticity is based on living in agreement with what God says about you. It's about being grateful for your past, believing that adversity introduces you to yourself. Who would you be if all you have was stripped away? That question is a very, very, very important question. Who would you be if all you have right now was stripped away? See, it looks like I have examples for all these things because I'm grateful for my journey. I'm grateful for my journey so far. I remember sometime ago, the month of May 2020. Yeah, I remember May 2020 when my laptop, my phone, my power bank was stolen in one night. Like they stole everything in one night. Like 3 days after my birthday, they stole everything in one night. And I remember that when everything was stolen, yeah, I wanted to start like I could have started crying, but I couldn't cry. And when one of my friends asked me, why are you not crying? I said, well, those are things. They are just byproducts of who I am. And I said, I have my books with me. If I can sit down, read my books, do the things that I know how to do. They only stole the gadget, they did not steal my skills. They can only steal my gadget, they cannot steal my identity. Do you understand? Another thing that I learned from this book is your authentic self upholds a little at a time as you replace the negative image with powerful images of God's amazing love for you, regardless of your perceived imperfections. It's very, very important for you to, immerse yourself in what God has called you, what God says you are, in God's amazing love. You can't will away your life, but you can change how you think about it. Do you get? You can't will away. You can't say you want to give your life to somebody now, but you can change the way you see your life, the way you think about your life. It is an attitude of gratitude that determines the degree to which you will be able to live true to your authentic self. It is an attitude of gratitude that determines the degree to which you will be able to live to your true authentic self. So you have to cultivate an habit of gratitude. You have to cultivate an habit of gratitude. And the characteristics for today is gratitude. He said something, he said, how grateful are you for who God has created you to be? Look for opportunities to be grateful, to show gratitude. It's very, very important. You have to make sure that you are your gratitude is, you have to be a very, very grateful person. And I remember one of those times when somebody reached out to me and said, one of the things I love about you is your heart, your gratitude, like you are so filled with lots of gratitude within you. And I was so excited when the person said that, because it's a good value system to have. Is a good value system to have. All right, guys. So that is it for today. Today we talked about agreeing and we talked about gratitude. How do you see yourself is very, very important. How you see yourself is very, very important. Who would you be if all you have was stripped away from you? Who would you be if all you have was stripped away from you? And you should also understand that the attitude of gratitude is what determines the degree to which you will be able to live true to your authentic self. All right, guys. Till I come your way next time. My name is the Global Toluwa Kemi. Thank you so much for the opportunity to share with you, to be able to have this amazing time with you. Thank you so much. Till I come your way next time. Bye bye.